Hello, YouTube. This is Dark Tower Palaver. I'm Tad.
I'm Peter.
And we're here for another, I wanted to get like the news, although it's kind of a pseudo sports thing with the brackets. So I don't know, whatever ESPN's breaking thing. Okay, yeah, see, I haven't had cable in long enough, but this is our I guess update for the end of the round. So we just ended yesterday the round 2 of our March Madness vote for most beloved character. So we're here to break everything down.
Reaction video.
Look at what happened in this last round, to look at what's up in the next round, and then go from there and see. And then when this video launches, by the time this video is posted on YouTube, you guys will be able to click over to our website, which is darktowerpalaver.com, and find a post for round 3, which is going to be our final 4. And you'll be able to click on that link and go vote for this newest round. I'll have that done by the time this video is posted. So where we're at right now, let's go ahead and transition the little cameras here so you can actually see the bracket. We are at a round now where we've got this last round that we're about to reveal the results of. We had Cuthbert Allgood against the hero of the story, Randall Flagg.
Stop it.
We had Detta Walker versus Oi the Brave, which of course Oi so far was not nice
the
to Irene.
largest margin of victory in round 1.
Yep. And then Eddie Dean versus Jake Chambers, which is a rough
brother against brother.
Yeah, that's a rough matchup. And then Roland Deshane versus Susanna Dean. So the whole quartet is on that side of the table. And then of course Oi and Detta both are pseudo members of the quartet. You know, they're not full members.
Detta's not part of the quartet. Get out of here.
Sure she is. I'm surprised you're not giving me shit about saying Oi's only a partial member, but
I just know how much you hate Oi.
But by the text, though, he really isn't, right? Because especially in that first bit when they started talking about quartet, Roland even takes himself out of it a bit and says that like they're all connected because of the New York thing. So not to get into any huge tangents, but I always find that interesting that first portion that King talks about the quartet, it's more about the New York core that is.
It
the
also
quartet.
changes by the time. It
does. It evolves to where Roland is,
because even like Callahan's part of the quartet
exactly.
later on. So.
King kind of abandons that a little bit. That whole like New York thing, but but if you go into that little realm, Oi is only a partial member, just like Roland. They're the little kind of pseudo members of the content. All right, and then of course that's where the bracket was. That's what we're talking about now. So first things before we dive into the results, Peter, any predictions, anything that I guess just last minute thoughts on what you're about to hear the results on?
Please tell me Cuthbert beat Flagg.
Is that your biggest
please?
Okay.
I can stomach almost any other character because I know Detta's gonna go. That's I'm sorry, it's Oi.
Yeah, it's always going to be a tough one to beat.
But I hope that Cuthbert pulled the upset and took out Randall Flagg. Even though Cuthbert was most nominations.
Yeah, he was up there.
The four corners had the most nominations: Oi, Cuthbert, Eddie, and Susan.
Susan Delgado.
Yeah, Susan Delgado.
Yep.
And then Cuthbert barely squeaked out against Shimi, and Flagg decimated Moses
Carver. Yep. Yeah. All right. So as we did last time, what we're going to do is go through the things in their full fashion of like the charts on the screen and stuff. And what we're going to do is go with the most biggest beat downs and then go to the count down to the most, the tightest,
the closest,
the tightest races, closest races in terms of votes. So first off, let me go ahead, and I got to transition the camera to move us down to the little corner here. Oh, except that is not working. There we go. Had the wrong thing there. So
gotcha.
A little bit of a snafu there, but let's go ahead and jump on into the first one. There's any predictions of what the biggest beatdown was?
Oi.
You would be correct. Oi the Brave took in 91% of the vote.
Jesus.
And Detta Walker got a lowly 9%.
Yeah.
So easily the biggest beatdown. Not a surprise, I don't think.
No.
Oi, we knew. I mean, we even thought about removing Oi out of this just because we knew he'd be a I don't know, maybe the unstoppable force type thing. So
the word you used in the last video was buzzsaw.
Buzzsaw, yeah, definitely one that nobody wants to match up against. So as strong as Detta did in round 1, she was not able to go any further here against the brave Billy Bumbler of Midworld. So that is that result. No surprises from Peter.
Nope.
So the next one we wanted to cover, or the next one that was the next closest and tightest, was actually Roland Deshane beating Susanna Dean.
Yeah.
No surprises there.
No. No.
I think I expected maybe a little bit of a more of a competition, but it was 78.6 to 21.4. So basically,
That's still
79% if you round it up to 21%.
Yeah.
So I expected that to be a little bit tighter. Not like I thought this was going to be a 50-50 race, but as strong as Susanna did against Susan, which I thought was a big upset in first round, I did think that Susanna
it wasn't even just like that it was an upset. It was also the margin of victory. That was a wide margin of victory.
We thought Susanna and Susan would actually be one of the tightest races, and it wasn't. Susanna just absolutely dominated her.
Yeah.
So I expected Susanna to at least get some kind of a challenge against Roland, maybe more in the, I don't even know, maybe 60-40 percentile.
Yeah.
Not necessarily into the 50-50s or it'd be really tight, but no, Roland absolutely destroyed her. So that was a rout. And then the next one is Eddie Dean beating Jake Chambers.
Really?
Eddie Dean got basically 68% of the vote, and Jake got 32. This one actually did surprise me. I thought this one was going to be like a 50-50ish, like
45,
down to the wire,
kind of thing.
down to the wire. But no, Jake did not put up as much of a. It just shocks me because the years of doing our podcast now, we've had a lot of people email in and tell us their favorite character, and I think Jake has got to be one of the leaders in the clubhouse for that.
Almost always,
And like, I think outside of Roland, he gets a lot of love too, but I think Roland and then Jake are kind of the 1-2. You get Eddie, people that have Eddie as their favorite and stuff, but Jake is just one that, and there's people that just love Jake very deeply as a character, like a lot. Like we've had people that their Twitter handles and email things were connected to Jake Chambers in some way. Like, so I just expected him to be. I actually expected him to win this round, to be honest. I wouldn't be. I wasn't going to be surprised if Eddie won because Eddie's really popular as well. But Jake, I just expected this to. I literally thought this would be one that would be like 51-49, like just absolute squeaker. But no, Eddie put Jake away.
That's my boy, Eddie.
So Peter's favorite, Eddie, moves on.
Yep.
And that, I guess, leaves us down to one poll.
Oh, boy.
And sadly, Randall Flagg was defeated.
Yes!
Cuthbert Allgood pulled out 57% of the vote.
Woo!
To 43% for Randall Flagg.
That's a close one.
That is the closest one. I think that's even into last week. I think that's the tightest one because I think the last one was like, this is only a little bit tighter. I feel like the last one we had one that was like 60-something% or whatever. So 57 to 43, that's close. That's the closest one so far. So sadly, I don't want to say the voters are wrong, but it is definitely sad to see the star of the show bounced in our most beloved poll.
See, you can say star of the show. That's just a matter of your opinion, but he is not the hero of the story.
So that is our results for round one. So that now I'll pull up on the thing here. Let me move us back to the center of the screen here. So we have the new bracket has Cuthbert Allgood on one side. This is our final four versus Oy the Brave, and on the other side, Eddie Dean versus Roland Deschain. Which is that's a very contentious relationship, so that feels like one that they would go against each other. I mean, I think there's even times that we get thoughts inside Eddie's head where it's almost like if Roland said the sky was blue, Eddie would probably find a way to say no, it's green, you know, just because he wants to be that contrarian and challenge Roland at every step. So that's
just who Eddie is.
That one feels natural. And then honestly, Cuthbert and Oy, that's a big one because in my mind, those are two of the most beloved characters in the series. I mean, of course, Eddie and Roland make the most a lot of sense too because they're kind of the main character. Roland's the main character. Eddie Dean is a really strong member of the core quartet of our book. But I think Cuthbert, I've never heard one person tell me they didn't like Cuthbert. Like when they read book 4, like even people that hated book 4, like they love him. So him versus Oy, that's going to be a hell of a matchup.
I know. Cuthbert keeps just squeaking by in these matchups. It's like, is he just going to keep squeaking? Is he going to squeak one out against Oy? Is he really going to go to the finals? Like,
and as I've been saying all along, it's only going to get harder as this went on, and it is like these are going to be tough matchups. So, what are your predictions? What do you think we're going to be talking about here in a couple weeks? I think, or a week and some change.
a little bit over a week. I think we're going to be talking about Roland versus Oy.
Okay, so you think Eddie's going to get bounced? Okay,
Eddie's my guy, but going against the main character, it's always. It's always rough.
I'm not being Eddie to be a contrarian, but I'm going to predict I think Eddie might beat Roland.
You think Eddie's going to beat Roland?
Because
you've always said that Roland's hard to like.
Yeah, and you got Cuthbert is literally, I mean, his love to see is Eddie's just the same thing, right?
Yeah.
They're twinners. So I think that Eddie maybe he doesn't get as much love on our podcast, but it doesn't mean that he's not beloved. I mean, dude, he just beat Jake Chambers, which I didn't think would happen. So if he could beat Jake, I wonder if he could beat Roland. So I know it's like the whole sports things where people are like, doing their weekly wagers. We're not doing that kind of stuff, like not real wagers, but like to keep score or whatever. But I do have a feeling that Eddie might win. The other one, dude, that's really hard for me to call. I almost think that's a coin toss because Oi, I knew would be big, but Oi versus Cuthbert's going to be a tough one. So I'm going to call that a coin toss, man. I really don't have a prediction on that one. I think that literally can go either way, even though I know Oi is a heavy hitter. I think Cuthbert's that's like when I originally saw this bracket and I kind of looked at it and like played it out in my head a little bit. I kind of wondered if this kind of matchup might happen, and I thought this would be the one that I would like to see because I think this is like the one chance, because I don't know that Flag or Shimi or Moses had any chance of beating Oi or any of the people in Oi's bracket as well. So I just figured Oi would be in the finals. I thought the one that could maybe have a potential would be Cuthbert. So I mean, of course, I hoped Flag would beat him, even though that might mean a easy victory for Oi, because I don't know that Flag would beat Oi, unfortunately.
No, because Randall Flag's a horrible thing.
Oh, I don't know about that. So that's kind of some predictions. Like I said, we will post when this video is posted. You can go and vote on this round. I will also pull up the thing here that shows the dates. So this one is starting today on March 17th, and that will end on the 24th. That means on March 25th is the next time that you'll be seeing one of these videos. We'll come back and we'll synopsize these matchups for the Final Four, and that will launch us into our finals, which goes from the 25th through the 31st. And then that's when we will be able to crown. And then I guess we'll have a video on April 1st, which I know we've already talked about. It's going to be a little bit dangerous because whatever. We promise there's going to be no April Fool.
No shenanigans.
Shenanigans or skullduggery. We will have a legitimate video there on April 1st to reveal the winner of our most beloved. And we'll obviously cover it on the podcast as well for anyone that may not be on our YouTube channel.
Yep.
But that's where we're looking. So I will go ahead and back us up into that bracket as we're closing out here, so you guys can take a look at it one last time as we just wrap it up. So check with us then, and we will be back for another video. We have a podcast here in a week, basically, when we'll be on with our podcast again, which is a book club episode. So if we have any March Madness discussions, it'll have to be in the spoiler section because I guess we don't know Cuthbert. Well, we kind of do. We've seen him in book one.
He was mentioned. He was in parts of book one, but
but not heavily.
We're not gonna talk about most beloved character.
No, and Oi's very new in our book club, so I don't think that we could really tip the fact in the non-spoiler section that Oi is potentially the most beloved character in the Dark Tower series. Because right now, who knows? He might fall down a bridge. You never know. You don't know if he's
such a monster.
You don't know if he's a long-term character. So we'll sign off as we always do by saying long days and pleasant nights.
Long days and pleasant nights, folks.